Hey, today I'd like to add some value to your life by talking about some intermittent fasting tips. Now, if you don't know what intermittent fasting is, it's basically only eating during an 8-hour period of the day. And a lot of people wait until at least after lunch to start eating. So that's going to be my first tip, is that don't eat anything until at least been awake for 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, and so on. My second tip is that you need to prepare yourself by not eating anything 2 hours before bed. So, 6 hours after you wake up and 2 hours before bed. Don't eat anything in those periods. The third tip is that you need to drink a lot of water. You need to also measure how much water you're drinking. You should try to drink at least 64 ounces of water a day, which seems like an egregious amount of water, but when you're measuring it, it's actually not too bad. Also, the first meal that you eat, you need to make sure that you don't overdo it, or else your stomach will start hurting. Especially if it's very sugary, because your insulin levels will spike. Now, during this morning fasting period, you need to try to find something that will keep you busy. Something that you can always work on, something that you can push yourself and just kind of get your mind off food. And it works great because for some reason I find that when I'm fasting, I'm actually less hungry. And if you can, you should drink water the first thing as soon as you wake up. Drink a glass of water because this will push it off, it'll fill your stomach with liquid, and it'll make your brain think that you're not hungry. Then 2 or 3 hours later, you can move on into unsweetened black coffee. And this is really important because if you have sweetener in it or creamer, some people say it'll break the fast. Or you can also substitute sparkling water or carbonated water, and this should work too. And probably one of the biggest tips that I can give for intermittent fasting, if you're trying to reduce your morning hunger, is that you need to go into it with a positive mindset. If you go in thinking, it's probably not going to work, then there are actually psychological reasons which point to that it might not work for you. So you need to go into it with an open mindset. And actually, if you think that it's going to be difficult, intermittent fasting is a lot easier than what most people believe. And the last tip I'm going to give you is that you should test it for yourself. Don't believe anyone else's reviews, because everybody is different. You should try it for at least 2 months before giving up on it. And I can guarantee you, if it works for 2 months, it'll work for a year. You should also measure results. A lot of people burn a lot of fat and actually lower their body fat percentages through intermittent fasting, which is why it's a great way to cut when you're in the cutting season for bodybuilders. I also want to recommend that you should see your doctor if you require medicine in the morning that requires food, because this method might not be for you. Or if you have any other serious health concerns that restrict your eating habits, just if you have any serious medical conditions, you should talk to your doctor first. Anyways, I hope these intermittent fasting tips helped you, and I hope you learned something. I hope I added value to your life. And if I did, subscribe, because I will be putting out a lot more great content just like this in the future. And like this video if you like it. If you have any case studies or anecdotes about fasting that you'd like to leave in a comment section below, go ahead and do it. I'd love to hear stories of the community. Thanks for watching.